I'd like to call the Township of North Huntington Board of Commissioners special meeting for Thursday, January 9th, 2020 at 7:15. Roll call, Manager Silka.
Commissioner Stump.
Here.
Commissioner Atwood.
Here.
Commissioner Blasco.
Here.
Commissioner Zona.
Here.
Commissioner Bevan.
Here.
Commissioner Gass.
Here.
Commissioner Higas.
Here, could everyone please stand and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first resident for citizens input was Santee Ganga. If you want to come up and state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, good evening. My name is Cindy Gongaware. My address is 12680 Deborah Drive here in North Huntington. I realized as I was sitting here tonight that what I wish to address you about is also on your discussion topics about the trash hauling, which, to be honest, I'm a little surprised that I'm the only one showing up about this. But really, I mean, I understand that they're a new company, and I know there's, bugs to be worked out and all, but I have to tell you that my garbage has been sitting in front of my house for 4 days while all my other neighbors were picked up. The house before me picked up everyone, except maybe one or two up the street. The night it was picked up, I happened to be going out, and as the truck passed, I drove up the same direction and caught up with him. And I asked the driver why he didn't pick up my garbage. And the man was just like a nervous wreck. He said, I'm behind. This was like maybe 7:30 at night. He said, I'll get it on my way back down. So that was fine. I drove back down and I thought, well, I'm just gonna wait and see. Well, sure enough, to be honest, I didn't know garbage trucks could move this quick. Came down the hill, sped around the bend, never stopped, kept going, and left a few other houses. So I understand that there's some kinks to be worked out, but I don't understand why you pick up one house, pick up 10, skip one, pick up another. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just a little bit upset about that. So I don't know how that can be remedied or why they're doing it that way. I mean, I can understand having to, familiarize themselves with the routes, but I don't know if you have any answers for me, if you can get answers for me. But I'm just here to just voice my displeasure about the service, basically.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the way the citizens input works, we'll hear all the citizens input and then we'll respond to that. Next citizen is Jason. If you want to come up and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Jason Santee, and my daughter Francesca and Vivian and my wife Jennifer live at 8101 Braden Court in North Huntington. Our girls attend Queen of Angels School in North Huntington, and we've been working on a grant and other school projects with Noble Environmental, who owns County Hauling. They've been very supportive in helping us with our grant money for the school and inspire our children to learn and love science. That is why I paid special attention to the transition from waste management. I read my letter from County Hauling. I knew my pickup date. I put my garbage out, and everyone in our neighborhood got picked up. No one was disappointed. First, I was glad to see that the contract was less expensive, trying to save everybody a little bit of money. Second, I saw them out at 8 o'clock at night doing a sweep of my neighborhood after they came through in the morning to make sure all the garbage was picked up. They were out there hustling. I wanted the commissioners to know that no one ever complained when Waste Management made us separate our recycling, and I watched them throw recycling in the same truck as the garbage. I'm not here to complain. I'm here to say something positive. I think people need to realize that any new business deserves a chance. There's always bumps in the road. If anyone's ever owned their own business, I've owned a business for 20 years. You do everything you can to please everybody, but there's always a bump in the road and an obstacle. I think of it like this. What's the first thing you hear when somebody opens a new restaurant? Don't go to that restaurant. Give it some time, let them work the kinks out, correct? I would like to see all of us give them a chance. This isn't County Hauling from 10 years ago, it's a new company. Noble Environmental is investing in our community and our children. I know only the bad stuff reaches you guys from social media. I hope this isn't the old company's way of trying to sway public opinion. There are more pressing issues that people need to worry about, and this isn't one of them. Give them a chance to support our community. I'm sure they have good intentions, as you would if you were walking in their shoes. Thank you.
Thanks. Next resident is Carly. If you just want to come up and state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Carly Simonetta, and I live at 12717 Spruce Drive in North Huntington Township. So I've never been to a township meeting before, and I certainly didn't think I would ever be speaking at one, especially when there's so many new people on the board. So welcome to all the new people. I just wanted to let you know my experiences with the previous company, Waste Management. 3 times, I could tell you I've lived in North Huntington for several years, but I've owned my own home now for 2 years on Spruce Drive. And in the first year, Waste Management missed my garbage pickup 3 times. Every single week, since the first week that I moved in, minus the 3 times that they missed, my garbage can and my lid were in the middle of the road every time I've come home. It was a joke that my daughter and I would pull around the bend to my house, and I would say, "Where do you think the garbage can is tonight?" So that was extremely frustrating to me to come home and find everything in the middle of the road. I watched them dump the garbage and just dump the garbage can and dump the lid. So that was extremely frustrating, and also the fact that they didn't pick up the garbage a couple times during that period as well. I spoke to the Santees about the transition to county hauling, so I thought it would be a good time for me to come and speak to you all about my experiences with Waste Management. They did come. They were late. As the woman here presented the other night at 8 or 8:30, I watched out my window. I'll tell you, I watched out my window. He put the garbage can back in my yard with the lid back on top, and I appreciated that. I understand there are larger problems in this world, but I did appreciate that he did that, and thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Thanks. I believe our last resident that signed up to speak tonight was Joe. If you want to come up and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name's Joe Mealy. I live at 587 Westminster Drive in Lincoln Hills. I've been in the neighborhood now for 13 years. I think I commend the commissioners on transferring from one waste management company to another and saving the residents money. I applaud you for that. Just today, I was getting my mail, and my neighbor across the street was getting his mail. Our trash was picked up today, as it should be, but our recycle had not been picked up, and he was complaining about it. And I told him, I says, give them a chance. I said, I lived in a neighborhood for 13 years. I don't know all the streets and roads in a township. I don't know if anyone does. And there's always a different way you can get from point A to point B. I just think that anyone that's complaining now is a little bit premature. I think this is only the second week that they've picked up. Give the guy a chance. No matter what business you're in or whatever, you have growing pains and you have pitfalls. Give him a chance to perform, and I think you'll be happy.
Thanks. Seeing that the last resident spoke, is there any other residents interested in speaking tonight? They can come up and speak. Yep, just state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Dan Stifler. I live at 710 Botanical Way in North Huntington Township. 710 Botanical Way is an access road on Robin Station Road, and my property and an adjoining property is behind Hontown Automotive. I'm here to express my displeasure with county hauling. My scheduled pickup date was Tuesday. It never occurred. So on Wednesday, I called them. The dispatcher said they would send a truck immediately. Because I have a special pickup where they have to go behind the business because I cannot put garbage in front of the business. I came home that night. They still hadn't picked it up, called the dispatcher. They said they'd get a truck. Starting today in the morning, I called them. They understood who I was, and they said, yes, we'll dispatch the truck. At 3 o'clock, I called my wife, and I said, did they pick up the garbage? No. I called them, they apologized, and they said again they would send a truck to pick up my trash. So I've called their helpline 4 times, and 4 times they promised a service, and 4 times they reneged on that service and never provided it. I, like a lot of people, live out in a rural area of North Huntington surrounded by woods. So if I put my trash out, I have to take it back and put it in a garage or some other storage shed so the deer doesn't attack it at night, because I don't want that waste all over my property. So for the people that are saying to give this new company a chance, how long do I give them a chance after 4 times where they said they were going to fulfill their contractual obligation to me? They did not. That's all I have to say.
All right, thanks. Is there any other residents would like to speak tonight? I'm not seeing none. I will close residents' input for tonight. I believe everyone spoke on the new trash hauler, county hauling. That is on the agenda tonight, so if we want, we could just talk at that time. All right. Work session discussion topics. Manager Silka.
Okay, do you want me to move that up to the top? Of the
Yeah,
agenda?
that's fine.
Okay. I have prepared a brief update on the trash hauling transition, and we will tell you that the trash hauling was the contract in 2019 lapsed. We competitively bid our trash hauling and recycling pickup. We received 3 bids. County hauling was the lowest by probably close to $5 a month. Through that, we have to award the lowest responsible bid. Internally, we went through issues that we perceived through the bid, for the low cost, through past performance, through reputation. We met with our solicitor and realized that this was, on the face, a responsible bid. So that it was awarded. It wasn't negotiated. It wasn't that we wanted to get a new hauler in. It was a competitive process that for the, under laws we did, we awarded to county hauling. The transition started, it was a Wednesday of the first day of the year was a Wednesday. It kind of threw a wrench into the machinery. However, I will state, from the staff's perspective, I think, I might speak for the board, the transition has gone a lot harder and, is not what we expected. We expected that there would be bumps, or expected there'd be misses. The rollout probably was not the best way it could be rolled out. We are well aware of this. Our staff time probably at the office is 85 to 95% taking, trash calls, forward them to county hauling. Now to say that we're in day 9 of a 4-year contract. So, we're not, 6 months down the road, we're in day 9. We understand that this isn't what anyone expected. This isn't the service level that the township residents or the township administration or elected officials expect for North Huntington. So we understand there's issues. We have been in constant contact with county haulings, upper management and, workforce people from day 1 to try to get a lot of these misses happening. It is happening. It got to the point we did send, a letter outlining our immediate issues yesterday that, we felt there was, enough stumbling and enough major issues that we needed to address it, get it on paper. We are awaiting, a written response, but, we are not happy with this, but we also know that it's day 9, that as every week we're supposed to see, progress on this. In talking to their vice president, they're expecting to be caught up by Saturday for, this week's pickup. And then starting Monday, we should see pickups, a lot less missed. There's going to be misses. There's misses with waste management after 12 years. So we're not going to be 100%, but we should start seeing progress starting, Monday's collections. We should be a lot less missed pickups, a lot less delays. I will say that they have been, where we're not happy with the way it rolled out. We're happy with the way that what we see them trying to, make up for the misses. They're here till 9, 10 o'clock some nights. It's not that they didn't show up or they come at 7 o'clock and are gone at 3. They are being responsive, not 100%. They're not up to 100% simply because it's a transition, but they are being responsive to us. The contract is there. Now, they have a contract with us, so there's expectations on the contract. And, if expectations aren't met on a contract, we can default the contract and go through the legal proceedings. We can't do that at day 9. And it wouldn't be fair to anyone to say that, you're supposed to come in, have 12,000, residential collection units and be perfect on day 1, day 5. However, what we're hoping to see is through the course of the next month that we should be up to a normal, trash collection process. Now, we issue the contract, county hauling has control of the work. we can't tell them what routes to pick up, what days, what times. So, they are responsible for that. It's their work product, it's their workflow into their system. So, trash that may have been picked up by 8 o'clock on a normal day under waste management contract may not be picked up till 3 or 4 o'clock during, this new contract. What we're concerned about is days of pickup. If you're scheduled for a Monday, we want to make sure we get your trash and recycling picked up on Monday. We can't guarantee a time. I know some people have gotten accustomed. We've gotten calls today. Well, I've always had my trash picked up by 10 o'clock. It's not picked up. Well, that's subject to change. There's no contractual obligation to pick up garbage by 10 o'clock. And at the same time, during this transition, if your day's today, what I'd ask people to do is don't take your garbage out or back in until, like, let's say 10 o'clock, because, the trucks are rolling late. And then, if it's not picked up by tomorrow morning, then we have an issue, which I urge you to call county hauling to avoid the township being the middleman, because all we do is forward that back down to the county hauling. So what we're hoping is we're urging people to have have some patience. We're having patience. They're new to the township, but at the same time, we're monitoring their progress, and we expect to see marked progress each week of the contract. That by February, we should be, as we start February as a new month, we should be pretty well online with what to expect, and then it's just to get better from there. There is another issue that we're having is there's been some misinformation as people are coming and telling us that they're directed for the senior sticker program to come get refunds. The senior sticker program, as it's written in our contract, is a yearly fee for collection and recycling and household hazardous waste for seniors. They get the stickers for $42. If they use the stickers or not, the fee is for the year, but yet you have access to the recycling and the household hazardous waste. So we don't issue refunds. The township doesn't collect any money. Waste management has collected the money for the past stickers. The stickers going forward will be county hauling, but those are one-time service fees for the year. They're not, if you don't use your stickers, you don't use your stickers. But you have to have the trash service, and you do have access to the recycling and the household hazardous waste, where if you recycle one TV a year or one computer monitor, you make up that money real quick, other than going to electronic recycling and recycling by the pound. So, what I'm hoping is that we see marked progress. It's not what we anticipated. However, staff were on it, and if we have to, we have legal recourse, but we can't take it on day 9. It has to go through. We have to go see what the first month looks like, what the second month looks like. But we are on it. We understand that there's some people are pleased, some people are anticipated issues. All I can say is we're on top of it from an administrative standpoint.
Thanks, Jeff. Any other board discussion on new trash hauling contract with county hauling? Just to kind of echo what Jeff says, we are continuing monitoring, and if you do have issues, I don't think Jeff gave you the number. It's 724-929-7694 for county hauling. And then as well as a board member of the commissioners, I would like to know too, if you're a resident in any of the areas, reach out to us so we can be caught up too. I know, like Jeff said, a lot of residents were used of getting their trash picked up maybe at 7 a.m., but now it's 11 or 12 a.m., which you're not used to. Those times might change too with the way county hauling does their schedules. So we'll continue monitoring, and if it does become an issue, we'll take legal action if necessary. Hopefully that's not necessary, but moving forward, we'll just continue to monitor it. Any other board discussion? All right, Jeff.
Okay, the next issue is the purchase of a retired K9 Nero. As you know, last month we approved a grant from the county DA's office to purchase a new K9 for Patrolman Nichols. He had K9 Nero for the last 8 years as his K9 officer, and he was living with the family and became a family member. A K9 is property of the township, and he had asked if he could purchase Nero in his retirement. And what I would recommend is that for the sum of $1 to purchase to allow him to purchase the K9, with the condition is that the motion would read that the township is free and clear of any further financial obligation for the care of the K9.
Any discussion on the board about the purchase of the K9? Not seeing any. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, I'll put that on the agenda. And the last one is, we've received a bid from the Tax Claim Bureau to purchase a vacant piece of property from the real estate, from the unsold tax repository at 2699 Baker School Road for $664, with the prospective buyer being Vacant Land Now LLC. This is almost a ministerial action, as the board has 40 days to approve it. We'll come back on to taxation. I did provide a GIS snapshot. It's a small odd lot off of Baker School Road.
Any questions on that one? All right. Anything else tonight, Jeff?
That's all I have tonight.
All right, thanks. Plan and engineering topics, Mr. Fonzie.
Yes, I have 2 subdivisions that are coming through this month. Bear with me. Okay, the first item is subdivision 19 of 2019, the Mears Consolidation Plan. This is a 3-lot consolidation in Serial Heights on Saralyn Drive. Aaron and Becky Mears live at 907, that is the structure in the middle, and it's flanked by a vacant lot on each side. So they simply would like to consolidate that into 1 lot. The resulting lot will be 0.99 acres in size, which is well within the size for the R2 district. The Planning Commission did recommend this at Monday's meeting with no conditions. Does the board have any questions on this one? There's a better shot of it. That's the yellow polygon. That's sort of going to be the resulting lot. The second plan is subdivision 20 of 2019, the Marks FCM plan.